Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sweet at Sharon on YouTube. Welcome to my regular subscribers, and if you are new, please, as I always said, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Thanking my old subscribers for coming back. You must have been wondering, how come you haven't seen me, guys. I was not feeling well, and then I did a little change in my channel. I came out with a couple of videos. So yeah, here I'm back, and yeah, so today I want to talk about a couple of things. Guys, all hell broke loose in NYABOANCI village in Kenya. A disclaimer, I'm not here to defend or to favor anyone. I'm just saying that it seemed like things are not going good in the village. You all know what I'm talking about. It's like when the cat's away, the mouse will play. I've heard a lot of arguments, how those young people are fighting with one another. He say, she say, they do, I didn't, and whatever. Mara is away. He's in Argentina. And it seemed like, as we know, he is the father for the village, if you want to say that. And a lot of people are not agreeing on certain things. This young lady, Minawe, yeah, she too is saying whatever she wants to say. But here is my take on everything that is happening. As I said, I'm not going to talk about what they are talking about. It's just, to me, it's so sad. And here is why it's sad. Africa is always going through challenges like this. Let me close the screen door, guys. Sorry about that. Africa is always going through there's this bee that is flying around my head. Africa is always going through these kind of things, and hence when this is happening in Africa, when Africa are against themselves, other people come in and manipulate them. And this is happening from ancient days. I talk about it all the time. In one of my video, one of my first video, if you want to go back at Sweet at Sharon and look, and I talk about African Unite. This is what I was talking about. You see, guys, in all of these shenanigans that is going down in NYABOANCI, remember, you have one YouTuber who went away, went to school, then he traveled all over the world, and he came back, and he kind of, I wouldn't say share his wealth, but he shared whatever he had with the people, his people in the village, and turned the village, from one way to another. I mean, from non-progressive to progress. And if it is that now things are falling apart, most of us, especially in the diaspora, and most of us from Africa, black people on a whole, I don't think we're dealing with it well. We who call ourselves subscribers, most of us, we are middle-aged, older people, and they are young. And we should be encouraging them to build each other up, rather than going on a bandwagon and saying, oh, this person should come out and speak their truth. That person should say what they want to say. I'm not saying people shouldn't speak. But if something happened, If something happened, the best way to deal with it so that people can build themselves. We know the situation in NYABOANCI. When I started watch Mara and the YouTubers in NYABOANCI, I was shocked to see that a village in this time could be so backward. Meaning that, and I'm not putting down anybody, but mud houses is of the long past in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Africa is where most of us come from, and we progressed so far from Africa. Many villages in Africa, when we look and see where we are coming from, some of us don't even remember that we used to live in mud house. No, because many of us were born in concrete houses. You understand? So therefore, the slaves that were taken from out of Africa is doing better than the villages that their forefathers were taken from, and that is sad. You know, the problem is we don't know how to build wealth, to build ourselves. Let me tell you something, guys. You see, the white man will not talk anything bad about themselves with us, the black man. I'm telling you that. If they're against themselves, they're against themselves, but they're not against themselves and with us. They're not discussing their problem with us. But I don't know, something is wrong. Bob Marley said, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." That isn't happening. We decide that we're going to push each other's down. We need to stop it. We need to encourage those young people in NYABOANCI. That young man who went away and came back and trying to build his community, build his community. Yes, he has faults, and yes, people are hurting. We're not saying people not to express themselves when they're hurting, but we are to encourage them that, guys, you can have conflict, but conflict resolution is the way to go. Resolve the conflict without being at each other's throat and, saying, he's saying that he's going to fire. Some people are fired. We should not encourage that. Let him know that's not the way to go, because he has a good intention for the village. But then I think people and their influence are telling him, "Oh, you should not help anybody anymore. You should not do this for anybody." This is not the way we encourage them. We encourage them by saying, "Listen, guys, when you have conflict, know how to resolve your conflict and be together to build your community." A house that is divided with itself will not stand. And so Africa and the diaspora, the black countries, are going to remain under. Yeah. We have to know how to resolve conflict. Okay? So while I'm not on anybody's side, the side I'm taking with myself and with others is to encourage us, to encourage them. Look at that community. Look how many young people building their houses. Look at Nasto, Mayuguno. All of them are building. Isn't that something good? And it's because of one guy who left and came back and share with them to say, "Listen, we can be better. Do it this way. We can use YouTube. Go on YouTube, have a YouTube platform and make content and build ourselves." Yeah, but if disagreement come, this is not the way you encourage them to solve the problem. No, guys, let us encourage them to build themselves, or else Africa is going to be down in the dump as usual. All right? So that's my point. My next point is, guys, I know many of you watch Kenolife in Jamaica, and I think about 3 weeks to a month they lost. They have a football team in Seaview Garden, and Kenolife is a part of the football team. And tragedy struck, guys. The goalie of the team, and I think his girlfriend or a friend, I don't know, they went to this river in St. Mary and got caught in the river because the river came down and washed both of them away. After some days, they recovered the body of the young lady. But up until 3 days ago, they did not find the body of the young man, and the resilience of the people, Kenolife and his crew, went to search the river, did not find the body, because I think when they found the body of the young lady, she was already decomposed, and so can you imagine, the goalie's body was in the water for so many weeks. But I watched a day ago and they found his body because I think a reward was put out for $100,000 for anybody who see or recover the body. And the people in St. Mary in that community, they watched out. They had a watch point when the river came down and washed the body down. And this guy saw the body, and pinpoint where he saw the body. And then when Keno, they called Keno and alerted him that they saw the body. And I watched that Keno and his crew went back down there and they recovered the body. What a resilient, what a people. I'm so proud of Kenolife and his crew and the people in St. Mary who looked out to recover the body of that young man. But here is what my problem is, guys. So, Jamaica, when a body is lost, when somebody die in a river, when somebody is drowned, shouldn't we have a force that search and rescue? Shouldn't we have that? Why is it that is the people, that local people that have to be searching for bodies in water? I saw a police on site the first time that Kenolife and his crew went down there. But that police was just there and was just saying, okay, you can look over there and you can look. I did not see like a crew of search and rescue, willing to look for that young man's body. All I saw was this lone police officer there, and when Keno was flying the drone. And then I think it's the same police officer that came back a couple of days ago when the body was recovered. And then now you see the fire brigade or whatever came in. We didn't see much because they didn't want to show the body because, of course, I think the condition of that body is not what you would want to see on social media. But Jamaica, man, I'm just saying that, is that the way that when a body is lost, when somebody died and the body is lost, it's the local people who have to search for the body? Come on. I'm not sure, but that's how it looked like to me. And I am asking questions. That we saw this big body young guy who went into the water, fished out the body and sent it downstream. So even when they saw the body and they called, I think they said they called the authority. Nobody came and helped them get the water out of the river. It's a local guy that got the body out of the water. What is that? It's a couple of months ago in summer, one day, in my community here, a little boy, was lost in the river, and the police, after taking statement from the members of the family, said, okay, nobody should come anywhere around, and they cordoned off. They fenced off the whole area. We couldn't go down to the park. We couldn't access the park because they cordoned off the park so that they can search for the body. And when they search for the body, the coroners would decide if the body, what happened, if the little boy was drowned before he died, if somebody killed him and put him in the water. What happened? You don't allow local people to go find a body at a crime scene. You know, that is not saying much for our country. And I wonder where our country is going. It look bad. I mean, I don't know if anybody is talking about it, but it looked bad to me on camera. You know? And I say my condolences to the family members of that guy. And I'm so glad that they recovered his body, because now they have closure and they can go and bury the body and mourn properly, you know? So it's a sad story, but it ended well because they recovered the body. So guys, those are my 2 points today. So Sweets at Sharon is a little bit different from what it used to be. So my channel, I am doing devotions, but I thought about it. I'm still doing devotion, but I'm going to do it on a different platform, because I know that not everybody came for devotion. I would like everybody to listen to devotion, but I know that it's not everybody that came for devotion. So I will let you know where you can go to have devotions with me. All right. So thank you guys, everyone who listened and who joined me. You know, thank you for your support. Those of you who came back to watch my channel, and for the new people, please subscribe, like, and share Sweets at Sharon on YouTube. Ciao. Love you guys. Peace out.